couple rented an RV for a weekend getaway in the woods. Excited, they drove deep into the forest until they found a secluded clearing. As night fell, they settled in, the only sound being the rustling leaves. Suddenly, the lights flickered and then went out. The couple shrugged it off and lit some candles. That's when they heard soft knocking on the RV's walls, rhythmic and persistent. They exchanged uneasy glances. Thinking it was just wildlife, they tried to ignore it, but the knocking grew louder. Then came a whisper. "Let me in," the voice demanded. They locked the doors and huddled together. The knocking escalated to violent banging. "Let me in," the voice demanded, echoing from all around. In a moment of panic, the man opened the door to flee, but there was nothing outside, just the pitch-black woods. The woman urged him to come back, but as he turned, he felt something cold wrap around his ankle. He was pulled into the darkness, screaming for help. The RV went silent. Hours later, dawn broke, revealing an empty RV. The couple had vanished, and the only evidence of their presence was a single candle flickering inside. As the sun rose, the RV waited, ready for the next unsuspecting traveler.
Welcome back to No Sticks, No Bricks. Tonight we bring you to RV Horror Stories, Part 2.
In this episode, we have new victims.
So let's just jump right into it and bring up the first couple. You're gonna like this one.
Once upon a night, deep in the desert, something strange happened. We were there all night, watching them, watching us. Our RV wouldn't start. We were trapped, and it was the longest night of our lives.
We thought we'd never get out of there. Something we'll never forget.
Can you see me? Can you find me? I'm here.
We were driving down the extraterrestrial highway towards Area 51. It was supposed to be just another stop on our journey, but we were wrong.
Way wrong. That's when we saw them, the camel men. So far, there's nobody following us. Dude, how did we catch up?
Then we stopped at a tiny store, grabbed some snacks, and then went back out. That's when it happened. Our RV would not start.
We were stuck, stranded, alone. Or so we thought. That's when we saw them. They're just sitting there. I don't know if you can see. Now they have these red lights on. It's gotta be the cattlemen. They're watching us. I'm telling you. Something's going on, guys. Something's freaking going on. I don't know what.
We were definitely being stalked.
We sat and watched, and something strange ended up happening. Oh my gosh, I just saw something fly up in the sky. What is going on?
Really starting to freak out. Something strange was definitely happening in Area 51. After everything was over, we finally went to bed, hoping it was over.
Just as we drifted off to sleep,
We were woken up by the sound of something flying over us. We couldn't see it, but we know something was there.
what the fuck? Oh my gosh. It sounds like there's aircraft going on outside. Don't see anything, but we can hear it. There has to be something crazy going on right now because of all the stuff that's going on today. I am like freaking out. Like my heart is beating so hard being here. All right, hopefully we'll make it to the night. But there was nothing in the sky.
Just the neon green lights and the feeling that something or someone was watching us.
By morning, the RV started.
There we go!
Like nothing had happened.
We will never forget that night. Something happened. Something we cannot explain. So if you're ever driving near Area 51, watch out.
You never know who or what is watching you.
And that's why I won't be on that area.
Ever?
That's creepy.
You know, being in the military for so long, we heard lots of rumors about Area 51.
Lots.
You just don't know what you're gonna see out there. Let's bring up our next victims.
Hi, I'm Lori.
And I'm Rocky.
And we are. Wow, we still can.
Good. I almost said the wrong thing.
We had something happen to us that is every RVer's nightmare. Rocky had taken the dogs out for a walk in the morning. I was sitting here enjoying my morning coffee when I heard something up in the ceiling.
Hi, honey. What seems to be the problem?
There's something up in the ceiling. And it sounds like there's acorns up there.
Yeah, you're roofing your head.
I'm serious.
Where?
Right up in front of the bathroom. Yeah, right up there. Like if I tap on it, it sounds like there's acorns up there.
This way.
Be careful.
I gotta stand on something so I can reach it this
Okay.
way. Okay. Oh, yeah, I feel them.
What is it?
Acorns, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my... What?
Peanut M&Ms.
Peanut M&Ms? What the...
Those are my favorite.
What the heck? Okay. What is it?
More M&Ms.
Oh my gosh!
Ah!
Hun,
Yes.
where did those M&Ms come from?
I don't know. I think the neighbors put them in our basement of our garage, our fifth wheel. I don't know.
So long story short,
My nose got bigger.
yes, it did. Rocky had a huge bag of peanut M&Ms out, down in the basement of the rig, and it took us a couple of days to figure out what critter it was. Here we were thinking it was mice, but it was
Little red squirrel.
little red squirrel, and he had licked like every one of the M&Ms. So Rocky thought he was going to be smart, and he took some of those sticky traps and he put one inside the bag, and then you put the other one like at the base of the bag
Yeah.
to try and catch it. And the next day he went and looked, and oh no, I take that back. That night, what did we hear?
Same thing.
Plus, what else did we hear?
More of my stinking M&Ms were, I mean, the neighbors' M&Ms.
We're rolling
we're
down
missing.
in between the walls. He was pushing them down in between the walls. So the next morning we went out there, and he did not get caught in the trap, but Rocky saw his little paw prints in the sticky part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we finally figured out what it was, and it was a red squirrel. So we took the peanut M&Ms and threw them out. So no more peanut M&Ms in the basement.
He had come in where the cords run up into the basement. And then there's conduit that goes from the basement right straight up
Into
the ceiling. And that's where that little stinker was taking the neighbor's M&Ms up in there.
So let that be a lesson to you.
Don't let the neighbors put M&Ms in your basement.
Happy Halloween.
Bye-bye.
Squirrel!
I may have squirreled away a few peanut M&Ms in my time.
Those are my favorite. I could only imagine how creepy or weird that would be to hear that noise.
Right, because you know inside the RV everything is amplified because
No
it's
doubt.
such a small space. That's nuts.
And now it's time for the third victim of the night.
Thanks to No Sticks, No Bricks for inviting us along
Yeah.
on RV Horror Stories. Now, we've been on the road for
4 years.
4 years now. So we've been through some things, and your idea of a horror story as in ours may be different. You never know. But one came to mind in particular that was highly stressful and became a horror story. It ended up okay in the end, but there for a minute, it was one of our most
pretty stressful
trips. Now, I'm sure as all of you know, and all of you RV travelers out there, we use Harvest Host. You get to see the most amazing places and things and visit with people. So getting to do that is very unique, so we use it a lot. Now, let me set the scene. We're leaving Florida. Our home and our family is in Georgia. We're trying to make our way back to Georgia. It's been raining a fair amount, a lot, and we're using a Harvest Host as an overnight stay on our way home. Now, it's been raining a lot, and we know this, and we're going to a horse farm that's there. Now, when you think about horse farm, you think about large trucks. You think about horse trailers running in and out, well, manicured, a horse farm.
A lot of dirt.
Yeah, a lot of dirt and that kind of thing. So, as I always do, I looked at it overhead. It looked good, that kind of thing. So as we're making our way to the Harvest Host, back then Donna was riding with me, and you.
I would call, or did call. Couldn't get a hold of the lady, left her a message because I had this fear that it was going to be way too muddy for us to be in there.
Yeah, you called more than once.
More than once. Left her messages.
We had a several hour ride.
Asked her to please call me to let me know. Never heard from her.
So we pull into this driveway, and you have to set this up a little bit. It's a long sweeping driveway that runs up and circles with this nice built up railroad tie wall. It goes back to a beautiful farm. But folks, this road dead ended. And it dead ended at their barn into a field.
Yep.
And I'm going to put some pictures of it right here. Just kind of stopped, and there is water everywhere.
Running everywhere.
Yeah. And there is nowhere to turn around.
Nope.
Nowhere. So we finally find the lady that runs the place, and she's giving horse riding lessons down at another barn. And she says, "Oh, just turn around in that field out there." And we looked, and I walked out across that field, and I squished down that deep with my shoes. And I'm like, this ain't
gonna work.
This ain't good at all, because now I'm in here. There ain't a chance in hell that I'm backing out of this place in the pouring down rain up this winding half-a-mile driveway. And there's other cars, trucks parked in the way. So yeah, we were sitting there, and we were just, I was sure that we were fixing to have a $700-800 record bill. There was no doubt in my mind. So she said, just turn around right here. Other people do. And there again, we walked out in this area, and there's no turning around out there. The good thing is the rain stopped around midnight.
It did.
And as you can see right here, we took a chance and went through a very narrow fence. I had it in four-wheel, locked in, four-wheel low. I told Donna, I said, it may be rooster tails, but here we go. This is gonna.
And we told the lady that we would probably tear up her pasture. She said, "It's fine."
It's fine. So yeah, that's our horror story. We almost got, I mean, I was sure that we were gonna get stuck. We managed to make it out of it with some spinning. When you're pulling a rig this size behind you, you really need to pay attention. And yeah, special shout out. Thank you, No Sticks, No Bricks, Jason, Jennifer, for inviting us to be along for this journey. And we'll see y'all somewhere out on the road.
Yikes.
That's a muddy mess.
We've actually been in that situation ourselves at a Harvest Host out in Wyoming one time. And wow, it took forever to clean the RV and the truck. So yeah, that sucks. And now for the final RV horror story. And it's ours.
Yes.
And it's actually a 2-part horror story.
Yes, it is.
So about, I don't know, a year and a half ago when we still had our momentum, we had an issue with the foot flusher on one of our toilets sticking. And I kept lubing it over and over, trying to get it to fix, and it would last for a few days or so, and then it would stick again. Well, one day, I'm editing video, so I have my headphones on, and I can't hear anything, really.
I decided I was gonna go grocery shopping, and of course, before I left, I was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom before I leave. So, go in the bathroom, and of course, I was kind of rushing, and I forgot to, like, you know, push it up with my foot, and, well...
It set off the water sensor. Luckily, I did hear it and jumped up, and the toilet is overflowing with water everywhere. It is all over the bathroom floor, all over the place.
It's going into the bedroom, you know, and I'm not in there connected. It's coming down the little stairs.
So I run outside, I shut the water off, and then I come back in, I start cleaning up this mess, and of course I'm cussing Jen because she's not there.
Oops.
And then I realized, oh crap, we don't have full hookups. We have no sewer. So then I gotta get the turd toter out, drain the tanks, and do all that. It took me like 3 trips filling that thing up, and I got it figured out, got it done, and Jim comes home, unbeknownst to her.
No, that's not true. I called you because I got the water sensor alarm on my phone.
Oh, that's right. That's
but you weren't answering, so I'm like panicking.
Because I was cleaning up poo.
Yeah, it happened to be the toilet. And not only did it happen once,
it happened twice. About, what, 2 weeks later or so, we're at a different RV park, and she did it again and left again. And I heard the water sensor go off again. The exact same thing happened, and I'm running outside to turn off the water. I run back in and start cleaning up the mess, and I realize no full hookups again. So I gotta get their turd toter out again.
and this time he just called me. He's not happy.
Oh my gosh. Needless to say, that toilet got replaced shortly thereafter.
And what happened is, he went to flush it one time and it completely broke.
Yeah, actually that's right. Right after that, it broke completely off. And we ended up replacing it, and we cleaned everything up. And luckily, the water that came out of the toilet was pretty clean. So we avoided complete disaster.
And then we, of course, you know, dried everything out. And
oh yeah,
it was
It got
a
a
mess.
good deep cleaning after that.
It did.
All right, guys, that does it for our RV Horror Stories Part 2. We hope you all have a happy and safe Halloween. And until next time, guys, unsafe travels.